Update. I didn't feel anything even when I found out that Angela was terminating her parental rights because she had made up her mind that she didn't want to be with us anymore. That she wanted to be with the guy, let's call him Sean, that I saw her with the other day. He was her childhood friend, and while they had grown apart after high school ended, they had reconnected when she moved back in with her parents, and she had apparently fallen in love with him. Her parents also supported this, which is probably why they had been right about her making out with him in their backyard despite being a married woman with 2 kids. Apparently, they had always wanted her to end up with Sean, and they were happy that Angela was finally choosing herself and her own happiness, as if she had ever been capable of doing anything other than that. The divorce was a long process because even though she had been cheating on me, she still wanted to qualify for alimony. It took us a while, but my lawyer and I fought hard and made sure that she didn't get anything in the divorce because it was all rightfully mine, since I had been the one paying for everything for so long while she did nothing but watch television at home. It has been 5 years since the divorce finally came through, and we succeeded in our goal to make sure that she walked away with nothing. The months in which I was dealing with the divorce were some of the hardest times for me, but I knew that I couldn't break because I had to look after my daughters since they had nobody except for me. My parents were obviously really helpful and supportive, and I can't ever thank them enough for being there for me throughout, while I juggle work and taking care of my kids. It has been 5 years since, and even though back then, the divorce seemed like the worst thing that could possibly happen to me, I'm thankful for it now. Because I don't think I would have been in the place that I am today had it not been for my decision to leave Angela. Life has really treated me well since then, and I'm in a much better place now in every respect. We have since moved into a bigger house because I get paid better now and I don't have to spend money on anyone apart from myself and my daughters. My parents live close by and drop in from time to time as well. I have friends who love me, and my daughters are as happy as can be. That's all that a man needs, and I'm so thankful to the universe that it's all going well for me now. Or it was until Angela showed up again a few days ago. The kids were at school and I was just about to leave for work when I opened the door. The doorbell rang and Angela was standing outside, with a boy beside her. The boy couldn't have been older than 3 or 4 years old, and I knew that this had to be Angela's son. I was taken by surprise when I saw her standing outside my door and was still trying to process it when she started crying and said that she was here to apologize and make things right with me. She told me that she was finally ready to be a family again and give our marriage another chance. I couldn't believe that she was back here after all these years, and now, she wanted to give our marriage another chance, like it was up to her to make that decision. Within a split second, I made up my mind and decided to shut the door and turn her away because I didn't want to get into whatever this was. But before that, I told her that this was not her family anymore. I had stopped being her husband the day she cheated on me with Sean. The divorce was just a legal obligation. And she herself had given up custody of her daughters, so now, she had no right to refer to us as her family. After I said that, I shut the door and told her to go away because I didn't want her anywhere near my property. I would have cursed her out as well because I was really angry, but I refrained from doing that because of the little boy. I could hear her wailing outside my door for a couple of minutes after I shut her out, but I decided to ignore it, and once I made sure that the coast was clear, I went off to work. I tried really hard not to think about it because that would just weaken my resolve, and I couldn't afford to let that happen. I almost succeeded in forgetting that Angela had even showed up at my house. But as soon as I came back home from work, I received a call from my parents demanding an explanation as to why I had turned her away. They told me that Angela had contacted them after I turned her away and shut the door on her face, and she had been devastated. My parents said that they were the ones who had given her my new address and told me to visit me since she was in the process of getting divorced from Sean and finally had a chance to make things right with me. They told me that Angela had reached out to them about a month ago and this had been in the works for quite some time. My parents believed that it was about time that I thought about my kids because my daughters needed a mother and there was no better mother than Angela. So they decided that she deserved another chance and told her where to find me and what to say to me. I got really mad at them because it was not their place to forgive her and decided to give her another chance without even asking me if I would be okay with that. It could have been really bad if the kids had been at home, and it was really reckless of them to pull something like this. So I told them off, but they refused to acknowledge that they had made a mistake because they had helped me during my divorce by taking care of the kids. And even now, occasionally, they do look after the kids, and they believe that whether or not I wanted to patch up with Angela was up to me. But they had an equal right to decide what was best for the kids, and I couldn't take that away from them. I thought it was ridiculous of them to believe that because at the end of the day, they were my daughters and not theirs. And while I respected them and would always be thankful for what they did for me during my divorce, I don't think it was their place to let Angela back into my life again. We got into a bit of a fight, but they told me that I was the one who was out of line here and was being selfish by not giving Angela another chance. They told me that they had done their due diligence and were sure that she was a different woman now and deserved to be a part of my daughters' lives, even when I reminded them that she had signed her rights away. They said that it was insulting that I believed they would put my daughters or me in harm's way and accused me of ruining their lives by being too arrogant to accept that they needed their mother. It's been a few days now and I don't think I was out of line or selfish because I've thought about this a lot. Ida, for not giving my ex-wife a second chance at being a mother?